You're listening to the GRCC Provost podcast.
Greetings, persons of quality. We are here today. I am so excited to talk about GRCC's honors program. And I have as my guests Professor Lee Kleinert, who is a faculty member in the Biological Sciences Department, and she's awesome at that. And she is also the curriculum coordinator for the honors program and one of the faculty leaders of that program. Lee Kleinert is here. And along with her, we have a real live GRCC's honors student to tell us about what it's like to be in that program. We have Stella Spiro with us today. So welcome, Lee and Stella. Hello?
Hello.
All right, hello. You just say hello. All right, good. I know, it's just so nerve-wracking to have these big microphones in our faces, and but we're just chatting. Lee, this year, the honors program has undergone some changes from the way it used to be structured. Tell us what an honors program student does in the new honors program.
In this new program, an honors student will be required to take 2 courses. The first one being the Honors 101 course, which is a 1-credit course, which is scholarshiped. And the second one is an honors capstone course, a 2-credit course at the very end of their honors experience, which is also scholarshiped.
Scholarship means
free.
Free. Awesome.
Yes. Stella's smiling over there. Yeah, she learned
Stella
that very
likes
quickly.
free.
Yeah,
Yes,
free is
definitely.
good. In addition to that, the honors students are required to take 12 credits worth of honors projects. So not 12 classes, but 12 credits, so they can take any combination of these honors projects. And that's a change from the old program. In the old program, there were specific honors designated courses. And this time around, it will be honors projects, which means students find courses that they need to take, and we are asking professors that teach these courses to create an honors project, which is an elevated experience in the course for the honors student. So this is a great change because students in the honors program, they may need specific days or times. They may change their programs and their curriculum throughout their time with us at GRCC, so it's not as limiting as having specifically designated honors courses. This is very exciting as well because it gives us as instructors a lot of creative freedom, and they're very dynamic projects. While they're set up at the beginning of the semester, actually they could be set up now and then you could have the same project run semester after semester. It gives the honors students a chance to look at them. They'll be posted online on the honors website, and the students will go in before they enroll for classes and figure out what courses they need to take and which ones offer an honors project. And then they can read about it and decide if that's one that they would like to take. And then it gives them the opportunity to contact their professor and start an early conversation. And then as the instructor and the student have a conversation, it may be something that they both want to change throughout the semester. So it's a pretty exciting new way of offering coursework to the honors students and to meet them where they need to be throughout their time with us at GRCC.
Absolutely. Stella, how did you hear about the honors program, and what do you think is beneficial about it?
That's a good question. When I was applying for GRCC last fall, my mom mentioned to me that there's an honors program, and because she was just looking at the website and I didn't really know what I wanted to do and like where to go. So I decided I would go to GRCC because of how affordable it is. Then I decided to apply for the honors program. And then some benefits of being in the honors program is that you have your own advisor. So every time you need any help, you could just go to your advisor and you don't need to go meet with a different person every time, which I like because they know your name and they know like what you need for your classes and they know you on like a person-to-person basis. Some other benefits is that you get scholarships. So that's nice. And like I feel like we have a more competitive edge if we transfer to a 4-year university.
Absolutely. Are there any other components that are required, Lee, in the honors program besides, maintaining, well, tell me what's required to stay in the program.
Okay. So at this time, the only required components besides taking the Honors 101 course, the Honors 250 course, and completing 12 credits of honors project coursework is to maintain an overall cumulative GPA of 3.3 and to achieve a B or better in the 2 honors required courses. But we are considering implementing, probably will, I shouldn't say considering, we will implement an honors point system. We learned about this, several of us on the honors leadership team, at a recent National Collegiate Honors Conference that we attended. So many schools, both 4-year and 2-year honors programs, employ this point system. So they will give points to their honors students for attending co-curricular events like the diversity lecture series or doing volunteer service work. And then the honors students will have to earn so many of these honors points per semester to maintain good standing in the program. So we would like to implement this point system, so that would be another requirement.
I love this notion of a point system, not only because I'm competitive and I would like to earn all the points. I'm sure there are no competitive people in the honors program.
No, none at all.
No, none. There's none of that going on. When I had the opportunity to visit one of the honors courses, and talk about leadership and a number of other things. One of the students asked me, so what is your best advice about academics? And I said, it's not all about the A's. A's aren't the only thing. And so I think that extracurricular and co-curricular element is so important. Community service, is there any community service involved in this program, Lee?
There absolutely is, in not a specific requirement at this point. Obviously, with the honors point system, there will be opportunities for it. We may require some element of it, but it is certainly written into the pillars of the program. So the pillars are community service, leadership, as well as scholarship. So when the students are in those courses, the Honors 101 course and the Honors 250 course, they will be big parts of those courses. We ask faculty that are writing their honors projects to make sure they incorporate one of 7 honors specific outcomes, and 3 of 7 specific honors outcomes, and each of those have to do with either a leadership component, a community service component, or a scholarship component. So the students will get these components of community service, leadership, and scholarship throughout their coursework through their time with us.
Stella, tell us a little bit about some of the community service that you have been exposed to.
Okay. We've had 2 opportunities, I believe, this semester of community service. In the fall, I didn't attend this, but we had a service day where they went to a nature center and they chopped down invasive species and just cut down those trees, which is beneficial so they don't, take over.
It sounds like something perhaps Professor Kleinert had.
That one wasn't me, but
okay.
I do a lot of similar things.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right.
And then there was one recently that I attended, and we went to CompRenew, and we recycled computers, and we just learned about how we should be recycling computers and like what the impact is on the earth, which is nice.
So you know how to take them apart and
yes,
what parts can be saved and what parts can anything not be saved?
I don't even know. We were there for 2 hours, and I took apart 3. And other people who were there, they took apart 20. So I was kind of slow and behind.
Wow. Sure.
But I was, gentle. I didn't want to tear apart everything.
Those were somebody's computers.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need to show respect. Okay, I get that. There's this rumor going about that the honors program is really, really a collaborative kind of effort. One of the foundational principles is collaboration. More perspectives coming together results in a better product. Is this rumor true?
Absolutely. On many levels.
On many levels. I've heard that. That's how powerful that is. I've heard it. So there is, and I've never heard of this in any other program. It may exist, and I just haven't heard of it, but there is actually a student advisory team to the honors program. And Stella, you are on it.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's just we are a team. I think there's about 3 students so far that are able to attend the meetings, and we just sit down with Michael and Lee, and they discuss with us some ideas at the leadership panel, which is the adults, the big guys.
There's an adult panel.
Yeah.
I'll hear about that next.
Right. And they tell us what their ideas were, and then we just tell them if we like them, like what if we don't care for them, like what we would change to make it more interactive for students, and what will work for our schedules.
So can you give me an example of something you've suggested would be a good change?
Well, this semester in the Honors 101 course, it's a 14-week course that's 1 hour. And we find that 1 hour is not enough time to discuss what we want to discuss. So we suggested having a 7-week course for 2 hours instead, which I feel like would be more beneficial.
What do I have to do if I want to be in the honors program? And would you take me?
Of course we'd take you, Lori. So a couple answers to that. If you are new to GRCC, especially, for example, as an incoming freshman, we have some specific criteria. Not hard and fast criteria, and I'll explain that in just a minute. But the basic criteria you'll find on the website is we're looking for students with either a 3.5 GPA from high school or certain cut scores on the SAT or ACT, like 24 composite, 1160 SAT score. Or if you are already a current GRCC student, we're looking for someone who has a 3.5 GPA overall after taking at least 6 credits here, and you have college level math and English competency. But as I said, there could be provisional acceptance into the program because I heard it best at a recent conference that we're not looking for students that are already necessarily honor students. We're looking for strong students who aren't going to flounder, but we are looking to create honor students. So we're happy to, if you have shown some potential, we want to bring you into this program and have you come up to the bar. So we have lots of provision. So if you've shown some potential, we're going to help you reach that potential.
Awesome. It's about developing people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me about this adult committee that's been referred to.
So the adults,
I hope you're acting like adults.
Most days. So as you asked, we do have a lot of interdisciplinary collaboration on a lot of levels. So we have a college-wide leadership team for the honors program, and we have folks from many different levels. We have faculty and administrators. So faculty we have from both workforce development and the School of Arts and Sciences. And if you are interested in joining, we're always happy to have you join. So give Mike Shavy a call, and we're looking for people to join.
So this is a test, Lee.
Yes.
Who all is on this adult leadership team?
Okay, so the adults, right? so we have administrators, like
they can be adults
they
too.
Can be adults, yes. Dean Sheila Jones, and then we have Director of Experiential Learning, Mike Shavy, and some of the faculty we have from Workforce Development. We have Metheda and Werner from Culinary and Business, and we have on School of Arts and Sciences, we have Hillary from French, and we have Mercelada from English. We have Megan Vandermeer, who teaches the Honors 101 course from mathematics, myself. We have, I'm so sorry if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm kind of going around our meeting table. We have our, as Stella mentioned, our honors-specific advisors, Lene and Aaron. Again, I'm apologizing if I'm forgetting any of you on our team. Some of us have trouble attending the meeting, so I'm trying to go around in my head our last team meeting and thinking of who was at our team meting. But again, as you can see, it's a nice interdisciplinary collaboration from a lot of areas of the college.
Stella, I just so all our listeners recognize that we're being silly when we say adult team, and the students are adults too. I know this. I've met you. You're all very adult. Do you want to name who's on the student advisory team?
We have
Montserrat.
Montserrat and Micah. I don't know their last names, but.
And Kate, too, I believe.
Oh, yeah, and Kate. She wasn't there at the last.
Yeah, I think there's actually 4.
Okay, awesome. Kate, Montserrat, and Micah.
Micah.
And Stella.
And Stella.
Yes.
Awesome, okay.
We're a good team.
It's a good team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've got maybe what sounds like a maybe an unusual question, but work with me here.
Okay.
So if the honors program had a mascot, maybe you need one, I don't know.
We need one.
Definitely.
But would it be a cat or a dog, do you think? Stella, you get the first vote.
Okay, I say a cat because cats are more reserved and I feel like they're kind of sneaky and they're a little bit smarter than dogs. I don't know.
okay to
I don't
say.
have a preference because I don't own any pets. I've never had any pets. But dogs are more like really wild and like crazy, like, stereotypical dog. And cats are more reserved, and I feel like that kind of represents the honor students because none of us are really that crazy. We're outgoing, but we aren't rambunctious or wild. And
You're cerebral.
exactly.
And the cat is a more cerebral animal. Sure. Okay. I'm making this up. I mean, I know you're cerebral.
Right.
I'm not, to be honest, sure about cats. But so, Lee, do you want to take a vote here?
All right. So I'm going to say, I had my answer right away. I'm going to say hybrid cat and dog. Cat and dog hybrid.
Explain this one.
So I would say that because I think you have the best of both in the students that I've met and also what we're trying to achieve with the honors program. We want people who are really terrific with academics, but also really great people, leaders in the community, and really willing to be engaged in the community. And so if I think about, again, quote unquote, stereotypical cat and stereotypical dog traits, because I like both. I'm one of those rare people that loves dogs and loves cats. I've been both a cat and a dog owner. So I know there's cats that are very loving and dogs that are sometimes just like to lay around and are not so rambunctious. But if we go with stereotypical traits, I think we have the dog that can be a leader, right? We have like dogs that are service dogs, right? And we have dogs that are very, rambunctious and they're out there and they're, great community, ambassadors. And then we have
Community
the cat,
ambassadors.
right? And then we have the cat, who we just all described as being sort of cerebral and cunning and intelligent and problem solving, and dogs can do that too. So I think hybrid.
Hybrid.
I agree with that.
That is very politically astute on your part. So we get T-shirts with like a cat and a dog on it.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be cool. I would want one.
Perfect. You can help me with the design.
Awesome. I've got a cat. You might want to label. You might want to be the model for it.
Perfect. We'll get your cat.
All right. We'll find a dog. All right. Thank you both for being here today. I appreciate it. I know it's a time out of your busy days. Best of luck with the program. It's how many students now, Lee?
We are up to, if you count the students that will be beginning with us in the winter as well, we're up to about 50 now.
50 is awesome. And you take applications for any students out there listening?
Yes, continuously.
Continuously.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I do appreciate your time. I want to encourage all the faculty to talk to Lee about honors projects. I want to encourage students out there to find honors students like Stella and find out more about the program and consider applying. And I want to say to my listeners, faculty, staff, and students, I appreciate the work that you do. You are the highly esteemed, much appreciated faculty, staff, and students of a very happy provost. Boom.
You've been listening to the GRCC Provost Podcast, produced by GRCC Media Technologies. Join us next episode for more Provost.